Alrighty, guys, let's get started. It's yeah, almost 10 a.m. for me over here. Took kind of a week-long break from the challenge. Um, Things have been kind of crazy here lately. I mean, you got this shit going on with Cambodia, Thailand, which I won't even get into. Then last weekend, my wife's grandfather died. Just to be clear, his death had nothing to do with the conflict. He just, I don't know, died of old age, I guess. So yeah, I felt like let's just give it a rest for a little bit. But we're back. Hopefully, I did not forget how to play Yu-Gi-Oh. Um, I decided to change the main one card. Right? I mean, I'm not gonna like change the entire deck, but throughout the challenge, I might change a few cards. I was not really a fan of card destruction. Card destruction in this deck. I mean, on paper, it seems like a decent card. There's just a couple of problems. The obvious one is, well, a lot of people are playing Thunder Dragons, Night Assailants. So if you activate a card destruction, you're kind of helping your opponent out. And then this sort of connects into the second reason, which is that if your card destruction is helping your opponent out, it kind of puts pressure on you to win the turn that card destruction is activated. But the problem is that you don't know if you're going to win because you don't know what you're going to draw. So I feel like there's a lot of uncertainty inherent with card destruction. So I decided to cut it. I decided to cut it for Raigeki Break. We could make this a Wing Blast. We'll have to see, which is better. Um, but the part of card destruction that I liked is that it could discard something from our hand to make like our pre-live, our call live, our Sork live. But at least Raigeki Break doesn't really have the RNG that card destruction has. There's some downsides as well, I suppose. Raigeki Break, Jinzo can turn off our set Raigeki Break if we reasoning into that. There's a couple cards I wanted to cut. Already, I didn't feel like I needed second smashing, and Raigeki Break means that we're even less likely to need it. I also, frankly, I kind of want to cut this Stein. This Stein has almost never done anything that we wanted when we sighted in. In fact, I felt like Stein has lost us multiple games. Maybe that could just be bad luck, but it was times where you sighted in for the reasoning gate mirror, you Stein for a last warrior, and then your opponent just has brain control or something. So I don't know. It's hard to build a reasoning gate deck if I'm being totally honest, because I just feel like they're almost not enough playable cards, if that makes sense. If I could just cut this Raigeki Break and play a 39 card deck, I absolutely would. But that's not an option. Obviously, we can play a 13 card side. That's a thing that we're allowed to do. But, yeah, no good reason to do that. I'm not sure what I want these last two side deck cards to be. Yeah, I just wasn't a fan of the Stein. And first smashing, I think, is fine, but I don't think we need a second. Some people before were kind of saying, oh, you should play Raigeki Break or side Raigeki Break to counter cards like Spell Canceller. Which, I mean, I can understand why people say that, but when people suggest siding narrow counters, often it doesn't work out the way that they want it to. Because people have this logic, with something like this, if they're saying, oh, I'm going to play Raigeki Break specifically to side Spell Canceller. Raigeki Break isn't searchable, and the way that the math works out, it's not like you magically draw Raigeki Break as soon as your opponent has a Spell Canceller, right? The odds of your opponent summoning a Spell Canceller and you having Raigeki Break at the exact same moment are very low. So that's, just to be clear, that's not why I'm playing Raigeki Break. I'm playing it because it's a flexible card, and I feel like it's, the best choice. If I could cut it and play 39, I would, but that, of course, is not legal. I mean, I guess since I don't know what else to decide, we could go with the second decree, but I really don't feel like we need it. Burn might actually be this deck's best matchup, which I know sounds kind of crazy. There are very few decks that can say that, but it is kind of true. The main decks is having trouble with were warriors, but I don't feel like there's a lot we can do about that. Yeah, it's some people would say oh, why don't you side deck, well, not Kinetic Soldier, Cypher Soldier. The problem with this against Warriors is that it doesn't deal with the monsters that you care about the most. like out of warriors, you don't really care about Blade Knight that much. You care about like their Kaiku, their King Tiger Wangu, and Cypher Soldier doesn't deal with either of those. So that like just feels so bad to me. I haven't been paying attention to Edison format. I mean, I was saying you can watch me on last stream. I was saying that like basically the best decks in Edison. Again, Edison format at a competitive level is combo and anti-combo. The combo decks are like Frogs and Dragon Turbo to an extent, and the anti-combo decks are Blackwings and Glad Beasts. And what I said, and you can go clip this from my last stream, you can go back and find it. What I said was, I said for the average player, I thought Blackwings are a better deck than Glads, but I said if you are playing perfectly, Glad Beasts are probably better than Blackwings. That's what I said. Like if what I said was, I said if Jake Mattern entered every Edison tournament, Glad Beasts would look a lot better, right? Because he's often the classic example that people cite as someone who is very good with Glad Beasts in Edison format. So it does not surprise me that Glad Beasts won Edison Worlds. I mean, that's bad for me because the main deck that I play, I mainly play this. This has a horrible matchup against Glad Beasts, which maybe that's the reason that people like playing Glad Beasts. So yeah, I mean, it's bad for me because I just want to keep playing this deck. But yeah, it doesn't really surprise me. Reckless, ironically enough, because Chris said like Reckless to me has a lot of the same issues that Card Destruction has, which is when you activate Reckless, basically what you're saying is, I'm going to activate this card and I'm going to win the turn that I activate this, because if you activate a Reckless and you don't win that turn, I mean, sometimes you can still win, but I feel like Reckless puts a lot of pressure on you to win the turn you activate it. Which, I mean, who knows? Maybe it's still good enough. Maybe we should still play Reckless, but I'm trying to play a build that's a little more risk averse. Maybe that's wrong. Maybe I need to take more risk, but yeah. I don't know. I don't know what else we're supposed to side in this deck. The main matchups I'm worried about are Warriors, but I feel like there's just not a lot we can do about that. To an extent, Chaos Control, but again, I feel like there's still not a lot we can really do about that. It is what it is. I mean, also Mirrors to an extent, or just other combo decks in general. I mean, we could side Swords. It's okay. I wish we could play like more Scapegoats. If we were allowed to play like 4 Scapegoats, I think it would make my Warrior matchup look a lot better. Because I feel like Swords is just like bad Scapegoat, but maybe bad Scapegoat is still good enough. Yeah, we can give it a shot. It's worth testing. Maybe it'll work. Maybe it won't work. There's only one way to find out, right? Only one way to find out. I don't know. I feel like Smashing might be better than Swords as a whole, right? But we'll see. But I could also side more stuff for the Mirror, because a lot of these losses, I am very ashamed about my 23-11 record so far. But like half of those 11 losses have just been versus Mirrors. And I don't think there's like a ton that we can do about it. You know, the Mirror, that is. It's just kind of try to outplay them, hope they don't get super lucky. Yeah, I mean, like, I would say, like, honestly, in an Edison format, like, probably one of the better decks for newish players is Blackwings. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's definitely possible to play Blackwings terribly. I've seen it before, but Blackwings, their game plan is a little more straightforward than Glad Beasts. I mean, Glad Beasts kind of... I don't know. I mean, Glad Beasts, it's very easy to draw, like, underpowered hands. I guess with Blackwings you can, too. But Glad Beasts, you really have to, like, maximize the value that you get out of every card. But it's cool that Glad Beasts are doing well, because I definitely think that Glad Beasts were underrated. Um, and they do like well against the meta. And what I've always said is like I've just said that like this deck shouldn't be the best deck in Edison format, but people just refuse to counter it. And as long as people refuse to counter it, then it is the best deck. But people, I guess, aren't refusing to counter it anymore. At least not at like top level. I'm sure in ladder this deck would still crush, but um, but yeah, give me a sec. I don't know. I mean, I feel like um, I feel like I'd rather just have this be something for the mirror, but I don't know what. Like, I don't feel like we need 3 threatening roars. Yeah, gravity bind level limit can be good. I've tested it before in other reasoning gate builds because like against warriors, the cool thing about like we only main deck 1 Trunade, but against warriors we side deck in 2 more Trunades. So the idea is like we Trunade back our gravity bind, and we can, if we want to, we can summon Jinzo and turn our gravity bind off, which is pretty cool too. Hold on, BRB guys. Okay, sorry, I'm back. All right, we'll just try the swords. We'll just try the swords, I guess. I don't think it's gonna be very good, but I mean we'll see. We'll see. Oh, and then by the way, I am turning the blockers on. I mean, people were complaining like, "Oh, I can't see your hands, streams unwatchable, etc." We'll see. Um, I mean, if people complain enough, what I'll consider doing is just switching it to a stream delay. But I don't know. Personally, I kind of enjoy like being able to respond to chat immediately, not like, hey, they answer a question and then 10 minutes later they hear my answer on stream. All right, our opponent starting with Thunder Dragon is a good sign for us. Our hand's like pretty average. I give this hand like, I don't know, 6 out of 10. Yeah, probably like a 7 out of 10. Alright, we'll just say go. Yeah, spy's fine. We have goat set. Alright. So we take no damage, he kills 2 goats. Next turn, I'm going to try to go off. Yeah, our hand is very good. I mean, going off turn 2 is faster than average. Alright, he called 8. I'm gonna target the one that I think is a Raigeki break to force him to use it. Oh, he's not responding. I mean, I suppose it's still... Oh, whoops. Alright, so basically anything that we get off this monster gate is going to be the nuts. Really what we want is D-Mock or Jinzo. I don't really want an Air Knight here, I guess. So 3 out of the 4 hits are going to be really good. I just don't really want an Air Knight. I actually think there's a pretty good chance that our opponent has Mirror Force set, if I'm being totally honest. But like I'm just gonna attack into it anyways. Yep. Basically, because that card wasn't chainable, we knew it was Mirror Force. But again, it's fine. It's all part of the plan. And as long as he doesn't also have Torrential. I can't really figure out what the set back row is. I guess it could just be like a Jar Agreed. Just kind of like a Jar Agreed that's been sitting there. Nothing else really makes sense, right? Because if it's Ring, he would have used it. Well, I guess it could be Ring. Maybe he's just saving a Ring. No, he would have ringed like the BLS. So if it's Ring, he would have used it. If it's Torrential, he would have used it. If it's Raigeki Break, he probably would have used it. If it's book, he would have used it. I don't know. I think the back row has to be like a jar greed or like some sort of random bluff. I'll just target this. Alright, tails, tails, tails. He's got 2 Thunder Dragons in his hand. He can sack a Gravekeeper Spy for one of them, and then drop a Chaos Monster, but that doesn't really hurt us that much. This will be kind of a close game. I'll just say go. I mean, if we had gotten some more, you know... Like, if the blowback had popped the Mirror Force, we wouldn't have had to attack into it, and then that would have been really good. That would have been really good. But, you know, it is what it is. Hmm. But yeah, now Mirror Force is gone for the rest of the game, and that definitely makes our life a lot easier. Definitely makes our life a lot easier. Our hand is very good. I'll target this. Am I right? Is it Jar Greed? I don't know. If it was Jar Greed, I feel like he would have just flipped it. Oh, no, he is playing Chaos Control. Oh, that's a little gross. He's at 9K. Yeah, we'll just do this. We'll just do this. I'm just gonna go, Vortex, discard Jinzo. He could have Book. He could, like, book the Spy. And then we'll just pre-Jinzo, and that's lethal unless he's set 2 goats, which would be kind of crazy. So yeah, that's kind of like, if he had 2 goats, I don't think we were doing 9,000. No, there is no way we were doing 9,000. I mean, I didn't run the numbers, but keep in mind we had 6 attackers, right? Because BLS counts as 2. We have 5 monsters, 1 can attack twice. We have 6 attackers. Goats would stop 4 of them. So, best case scenario, he's taking what? He's taking 50, 54? Best case scenario, he's taking 54. 54 is a lot less than 9,000. Oh, yeah, that's true. You can only use 1 goat per turn. Yeah, yeah, yeah. If he had Book, how much damage was he taking? Yeah, if he had Book, he would have been at 11. So he had to have Book there to live. But yeah, it's good to win game 1 here, because this is definitely a tough matchup. Alright, he's starting off good. My hand's pretty good too, actually. Did he just draw one with... Okay, I was gonna say. But yeah, my hand is pretty good here. My hand is definitely pretty good. Yeah, this is a very good hand for going second. This is a very good going second hand. Okay, called 8 again. I actually might, if we don't win this game, I'm probably just gonna side in the third Sacred Crane. Because he just seems to always call 8 on reasoning. Yeah, he's calling 8 again. So yeah, it's like, I opened Reasoning, Monster Gate, which is like, such a good hand to have going second in this particular matchup. And then it's like I also have Graceful. I mean, we're definitely discarding Trunade. I mean, I guess we're also going to discard Goats, right? I don't really need this Goats, and I still have 2 more copies of Scapegoat in my deck, so I don't think we're going to need this Goat. I drew into the third Reasoning. If I activate it, it's going to call 8 again. It's going to be a 1 out of 3 chance to hit D-Mock. It's going to be either D-Mock, Air Knight, or Blowback. Air Knight would be really sick. Yeah, he called 8 again. Alright, that time he did get it. I don't know, we might lose. Our opponent is up, like, a lot of cards. Yeah, we didn't really do much. I was really hoping he would call the third Reasoning wrong. Like, if that Reasoning got us, like, an Air Knight, or a Blowback to kill the Faith, we would have been in really good shape. That's actually crazy that he sided in King Tiger Wengu, given that, like, he's playing Goats himself. It's not so much that I think, oh, he shouldn't side it in. It's more that I'm just surprised he had it in his side deck at all. Like, that just seems kind of wild. Yeah, I think this is going to be a close game. I think this is going to be a close game. I just hope he, like, doesn't have... Well, if he books the Jinzo, it's not the end of the world. Oh, that's good. His King Tiger didn't really get value. He doesn't have a Dark in his grave. Oh, I think this is going okay, right? Like, yeah, we're down a few cards, but, like, 2 of his cards are Thunder Dragons. And there's, like, a lot of stuff that we can top deck that would, like, be good if we top decked it, you know? I'm gonna be taking... Oh yeah, he does have a Dark. Okay, so now we just know he has BLS in his hand, which is very good to know. We'll take the 16. Our opponent's at 73. We'll activate Upstart. Alright, I think we're just gonna pop off here. There's a little bit of lag. There's a little bit of lag, but I think we're just gonna get him. Yeah, there's a bit of lag here. Hopefully the Dueling Book doesn't disconnect me. Okay, it just kicked me out. Dueling Book has been, like, so unstable lately. It has been, like, very, very unstable. Alright, well, I hope it doesn't just give me the loss. Alright, so... he could have, like, second goat set. I think I'll just get Trunade, right? Or oh no, we can also get Defusion. We can also get Dimension Fusion. Sorry, let me think. He's at 83. 83. Okay. So the call gets back Jinzo. Jinzo negates our call. Trunade returns both pre and call, which is already pretty crazy value when you just think about it. Yeah, my opponent doesn't know how this interaction works. Yeah, and now this is exact game because, or no, it's not exact game, it's 84. We snatch tribe, use effect, kill the goats, and then we have 52 plus 32, which is 84. So yeah, that was pretty cool. Again, our hand was very strong in that second game, particularly. Sorry, there we go. Our hand was definitely quite strong there. And I mean, I know some people like to say, "Oh, I want to see it without the blockers." We'll watch the match again without the blockers, just so you guys can kind of see what the decisions were. Oh, it's not showing it. But I was gonna show you the decisions that I made because it was kind of an interesting game. Both games 1 and 2, and it shouldn't take that long to watch. Okay, there we go. And this is what I'm gonna do for the people who say, "Oh, I want to see, you know, whatever." This is kind of the trade-off. If the game is interesting, I'll replay it so that you guys can see the decisions. And this is like a pretty decent. We've got Goat's Monster Gate, which is like it's a pretty important combo, I'd say. And yeah, here it's like, we can just pass, right? We're not really under any pressure to do anything. I think a lot of people here would just activate a reasoning. And in this spot, I don't think it would be terrible. Like, you could go reasoning, see what I get, and then go set Crane, Monster Gate the Crane, hopefully put 2 monsters into play, drop BLS Dimension Fusion. I mean, again, it's not horrible. It's not horrible, but it's like, we can just basically pass, draw a card, and then be in the same situation, except now we have another card to combo with, right? So yeah, so now it's like we're in the same position as last turn, except now we also have a pre. And then I target this back row, because like, hey, if it's Raigeki Break, we force him to chain it. He doesn't chain it. We flip all tails. So now I kind of know this back row is like probably a Mirror Force, which again, I said on stream, this is not like a hindsight thing. But I, you know, hope we get into something that's the nuts. We get like a Crane, which is fine too. We draw a card. And, you know, I say, hey, I think it's a Mirror Force, but I'm going to attack anyway to make my opponent waste the Mirror Force. And this, by the way, is like, I know some people say, oh, this deck has to play like a bunch of Trunades. I don't think it does. Like, if you're good, you can often just play around their back rows. Trunade is good sometimes. It's good to have like as a demock target, but Trunade is not like a card that you just have to have all the time. And I thought this back row was like Jar Agreed, which is why I decided not to use blowback on it. Maybe I should have just used it anyway. And then yeah, we flip tails. We just banish a thing and then we say go. Yeah, and then now I'm kind of like, Oh, if this card was Jar of Greed, he probably would have used it last turn. Like, you wouldn't pass on this awful board. You would activate Jar of Greed and try to draw into something. I also, by the way, realize here that our opponent could have gone Tribute Spy for Thunder Dragon. You know, Tribute Spy to, I don't know, set Thunder Dragon. Play Chaos Sorcerer, banish the BLS. I think that would have been a good play for him. I mean, it's a little desperate, but I think it's like the play that he should have done. Yes, we can use Blowback, try to kill the Sork, but we might not, and then if we do that, then we can't use Blowback on his other back rows. So yeah, if I were him, I would have just dropped the Sork there. Well, the problem with doing that is, like, you have 2 monsters, and then you can't activate Goats. But it's fine. And yeah, he did have second Goats there. But as someone in the chat pointed out, he can't activate it because he can only use 1 per turn. So it's actually kind of interesting. If he had just not chained the Goats to our Blowback, even if our Blowback had flipped all heads, he could have used the second Goats on the attack and not died here. But he did die. Lightning Vortex is a good card. And this hand is, again, as I said on stream, this is a very good going second hand. I mean, we're not really going to be using the call much, but this is like a, you know, like an 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10 type hand. You definitely cannot complain. I still don't understand what's up with this King Tiger. That seems like such a weird card for Chaos Control to side. Yeah, and then we have Heavy. He had Goat's Dust. Dust is an interesting card. I assume he sided that in. It's kind of a question of what he sided out. I mean, if he sided out Cross Out for Dust Tornado, that's entirely reasonable. Our opponent calls 8, he gets it wrong. Our opponent calls 8, he gets it wrong. I decide to Monster Gate, hope we get something really good. Jinzo is the worst card, I think, to get off of this Monster Gate. I mean, you know, I won't complain. Yeah, then I feel like, okay, we're not going to need the Trunade, and we're just not going to need the Goats. Both are good cards, but we're not going to need them for the next few turns, so we'll just get rid of them. In matchups like this, MST is generally better than Trunade. And then he calls 8 again, he gets it right. We attack with Jinzo first, like, see if it's Spy. Faith is obviously very good for him here. His Faith is a draw 2, more or less. And, I mean, we could cite MST as well. What other options did he could have just used Tribe and then saved the he could have used Tribe and saved the Snatch. I wonder if that would be better. Yeah, he could just go Tribe, kill, attack. I don't know, if I were him, I probably would have just saved the Snatch, but obviously it's easy to say that because we know we have MST. And then, yeah, we just take back the Jinzo, kill the King Tiger. Don't have a lot of options. I mean, we have Monster Reincarnation. Like, we can go Monster Reincarnation for Sork. We could have done this last turn. But I don't want to banish the Demock, right? Because what I'm trying to do is, at some point, get back this Demock with Call. We can't do it right now because we have Jinzo. But I assume at some point, he's going to kill the Jinzo, and then we can call for Demock. That's why I'm not using Monster Reincarnation. And then he just... Why do people not side out their crossouts? What is this guy's rating? This guy's rating is like 800. And he's not siding out crossout against Reasoning Gate. Why do... Like, why? Yeah, so we just take the hit here. I don't really like giving my opponent 1,000 life points here. It does make it a little more difficult to kill him. But luckily, we're just, you know, the luckiest players alive. So the cool thing here is we get to go pre for Demok, and say if he goes chain Raigeki break, target your pre, then we get to go chain call, get back Jinzo. This is like an absolutely sick setup. Yeah, then we get disconnected. And then True Nade's just the easiest thing to get back here. You can't really go wrong with True Nade. And then we go, chain call for Jinzo. Our Demok stays, because that's how pre works. Our Jinzo stays, because Jinzo's negating call. And Crane draws us a card. We don't even need to draw the card. And then we just kill everything and attack for game. Good game overall. And this is a very, like, educational game, because it shows that even if your opponent goes first and opens Pot of Greed, Set Faith, like, you can easily still win. Right? It's not about how many cards they have, it's about whether you can kill them or not. And in this case, yeah, we killed our opponent, like, on turn 4, turn 5 or something. So yeah, GG. Let's go play another game. My opponent is a Substitute Enjoyer. Alright, you got me. Oh, whoops. His hand is not great. Pot of Greed's not really the issue. The fact that our hand is trash is an issue, though. I doubt it. Yeah, we just have to say go. Yeah, okay, go ahead. Alright, well, my opponent is either going to have to, like, set 10 back rows or discard stuff at the end of the turn. Because he has 9 cards in his hand right now. Please don't meta. So we're at 64. Oh, my hand is still absolute trash. Anything, please. Anything at all. Oh my god. Yeah, every single card in my hand is a brick. Alright, I'm just gonna hope I don't take too much damage. If he flips Spy, that's 4k. And he has Light Dark in his grave. Yeah, like I said, Pot of Greed. Pot of Greed's not even the issue. I mean, surely at this point he has a Chaos Monster, right? Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty hard to, like, see, what did we see, 9 cards, and every single one of them could not be activated, but, you know, it is what it is. Oh, this hand is average. Yeah, this hand is, like, dead average. I'd give this hand, like, a 5 out of 10. Hmm. Set back or set monster, say go. Probably a spy, could be Dakochi, could theoretically be Night Assailant. I guess we'll just activate Reasoning. I don't think there's a lot of ways this could go bad. If this Reasoning gets me an Air Knight and then the Air Knight attacks into a spy, then it's really like a feel-bad moment. He called 4, which is not the level you should be calling here. You're targeting the monster. There's 1 heads. There's 2 heads. Alright, you got rid of the spy, that's good. We're just gonna summon the crane. You know, if he Mirror Forces here, it's fine. Alright, he takes 39. We're definitely off to a good start. We're off to a very strong start here. I'm feeling very confident about this game now. Okay, I don't even care about that. Yeah, you know what? I'll just let him kill this. If he wants to kill my crane that badly, go ahead, you can kill my crane. Alright, now he's just dead. Okay, GG's. He is even dead through Karibo. Yeah, that was a quick one. Oh, that was a quick one. Yeah, but regarding the person who asked about Apprentice Magician, I mean, I think I put Apprentice Magician in my 69 most underrated GOAT format cards video. Pretty sure I put it in there. Going second for game 3 is a little, I don't know. It's not the end of the world. Not unless our opponent, like, has a really strong hand going first. It's fine. If our opening hand is reasonable, we got this. I don't know what's taking him so long. I will say I feel like we've gotten a lot of value out of blowback today, even though we haven't always flipped heads. Like blowback kind of helped us in the last match, and definitely helped us win game 2 in this match. Oh, this hand is okay. This is another like 5 out of 10 hand, I'd say. Yeah, Apprentice does not work with creature swap. That's a good point. This hand's pretty good. What do we do now? That's the question. What do we do now? I think we'll just set. And say go. Alright, he got our Raigeki break. He's got 2 Thunder Dragons in his hand. That's a spy, which is kind of what I expected. Triple spy. This guy has no fear. I wish we had like Torrential. I wish we just had Torrential set for some reason, but we don't. We don't have Torrential. I have goat set. I'm just thinking how many spy hits to take. He already summoned, so he can't like use Tribe main phase 2. There is a bit of an art here to figuring out how many tokens you want to leave yourself with. Man, if this goes through, our opponent is just gonna eat shit. Alright. The Mirror Force is pretty good. The Mirror Force is good. Man, this guy is hardcore. Our opponent does have Light Dark. He didn't summon. It's interesting, if he just dropped the Chaos Sork and attacked us last turn, we would have been at 19 and not been able to activate Dimension Fusion. This is going to be a tough game. This is going to be a very close game. I feel like we have to do this, though. I feel like this is kind of my only option. Like, I could just summon a Crane, attack over, like, a Spy, and say go. But the problem is, if that happens, there's so many ways that we can just get screwed. So, yeah, I'm gonna do this. There's a bit of risk here, too. There's definitely some things that can kind of screw us over. Man, I don't like this. I don't like this. I think we're probably going to lose. I mean, our opponent's hand is 1 Thunder Dragon, 2 cards that seem like they might not be very good. I don't know. I feel like there's maybe like a Dead Faith in his hand. Again, I'm just trying to eliminate possibilities based on what he's played so far. Yeah, I mean, he has BLS. The BLS is so good. Oh yeah, he had Tsukiyomi, I forgot that. Alright. Yep, my hand was 2 bricks. My hand was Defusion meta. And I tell you, him summoning the Dekochi instead of setting it, I feel like is probably not a good play most of the time, but because I had Mind Control in my hand, it was actually a sick play. It was actually a very sick play. And I only have 1 Mind Control that I side. But the fact that I couldn't Mind Control the Dekochi and draw a card was kind of huge. And I didn't Mind Control the Spy because I figured it was a Spy. And if I Mind Control the Spy, I don't really get any value out of that. So, it is what it is. I mean, we should be winning that matchup a pretty large percentage of the time, but we drew kind of bad in both games 1 and 3. One thing we could have done too in game 3 is, like, we went Thousand Eyes taking the Spy, we could have just not attacked. I mean, that would have had to be like a very hard read to just be like, hey, I think my opponent has Mirror Force, so I just won't attack and I'll stall for a while. But it is something, you know, that we could have considered at any rate. My hand is not amazing. This is kind of another, I don't know, this is like kind of a 4 out of 10 hand. It's interesting that he didn't attack with the other Spy. Yeah, I guess I'll just Brain, take the Spy, and crash. Yeah, not taking an extra 12, though, could definitely end up being pretty huge. Opponent's got 7 cards, 2 of them are Thunder Dragons. Opponent goes to 9,000. Yeah, as long as my opponent is not pressuring me, I'm just going to keep saying draw go. Oh, that's kind of interesting. You know what? I'm just going to... He already summoned... I'll just kill this. Alright, that's fine. Alright. Now, I mean, our opponent's at 9k, so I don't know if we're gonna win. But we definitely are gonna do some stuff. He called 4. Which, yeah, calling 4 is pretty reasonable here. Yeah. I can't really call my opponent bad for calling 4. I really didn't want Jinzo. Jinzo is the worst thing that we could have gotten off this monster gate. Anything else would have gotten a lot more value than Jinzo. Now I think we win. And this is awkward, because I have 4 cards in hand, I have to discard 1 to Graceful, but I kind of feel like I need all of them, you know what I mean? I guess we get rid of Meta. And I need a Dark in my grave, so I kind of have to Monster Gate this Jinzo. Oh, this is sick. This is sick. And I think pretty much no matter what we get off this reasoning, he's, like, dead. Because now we just go... Sorry. We just go... Special summon this in attack. Drop Dimension Fusion. And does it even matter what we get? Hold on, let me think. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is Monster Gate just guaranteed lethal? So let me see. We go 16, 28. Whoops. 16, 23, minus 12. So we need 19 more, which means that Monster Gate is guaranteed game. Yeah. My opponent's, like, acting like I misplayed. I'm, like, apparently having guaranteed game as a misplayed these days. So what did we see last game? We saw Spy. We saw Spy Thunder Dragon, and that's it. His hand is okay. Our opponent's hand is not that great either. Like, if he had to graceful turn 1 without, like, a Thunder Dragon or a Sinister... Oh, discarding Tribe is interesting. Alright, so he has the side deck Jowgen. Well, I mean, that's definitely a very good start. He has Jowgen plus Dust Shoot to send back the Sacred Crane. So I assume he's gonna... Well... I actually think he should send back Air Knight in case I top deck Brain Control. But he's gonna misplay and send back BLS. I hope I top deck Snatch or Brain Control to just punish him for this. This is my hand. So he left me with Air Knight Reasoning, Goats Meta. And again, I think leaving me with Air Knight is a big mistake here because I could top deck like Snatch Deal. I actually cited out Brain Control. But yeah, that's obviously a very good start from him there to just have Jowgen Dust Shoot, Dust Shoot. This guy has no fear. He's not even turning Jowgen to defense. No fear of Mirror Force. Absolutely no fear. Alright, I'm just gonna go crazy here. Set all the back rows. Wow, Andy has Threatening Roar. This guy really did not want to lose to Reasoning Gate today. So this is a 22 turn clock. Just Sinister. And I'm lagging huge. I just can't do anything. This is a little frustrating for streaming, having to deal with this nonsense where I just have to sit here for a minute. Okay, well, we'll just keep passing. Keep passing, keep passing. Alright, eat shit. Well, he could have more Jougans waiting for me, so I think it's time to activate some Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I think we should try to capitalize on this situation here. I mean, he knows we have Air Knight in our hand, so if he calls Crane, if he calls Crane. If he calls 4, he's got a 2 out of 5 chance of calling it correctly. He did call 4. That being said, though, if something, even like if a Jinzo comes, yeah, there's the Jinzo, and now he just gets massively punished. So I have another reasoning in my hand, but I also have Goat Set. And he's probably going to call 4 again. If he does, he's got a 2 out of 4 chance of calling it correctly. If he doesn't call it correctly, I get either an Air Knight or a D-Muck. And, like, either of those cards, like, probably just wins us the game. Alright, let's go for it. Let's take some risks, right? Let's take some risks. We're up a game. Okay, this time he's calling 8. Oh, and now I got the... I actually think he should have called 4. I mean, you have a 50-50 shot to call it correctly if you call 4. He's got Sinister in his grave. Yeah, let's just push for some damage. Let's push for some damage. Why not? Or actually, hold on. Yeah, let's you know what? Let's just tribute this for Air Knight. Oh, and the Air Knight drew us into Pot of Greed. Alright, well, we are very ahead now. We're up on life. We're up on cards, and we have a Goat Set, so we're not going to get OTK'd out of nowhere. I mean, he can drop a Sork. Alright, this guy's, like, going all in here. We'll take 5. Maybe I'll just drop Goats. I'm not really going to get a better opportunity to use Goats here, so we'll just use it now. Oh, and he sided in Vortex, too. That's interesting. This guy, like, sided in a lot of cards for Reasoning Gate. Or so it seems. And I have a lot of options now. I actually have a lot of options. Um, our opponent has no light, no dark in grave. I mean, the Sork might die at some point. That would put a dark in his grave. Yeah, my opponent is getting very upset in the chat. He is, he is very upsetty spaghetti. He is very upsetty spaghetti. One, two, three, four. All right, we've got 2 reasoning targets left in our deck. He called level 6, which is the correct thing for him to call. Oh, for some reason I thought I had a Dimension Fusion in my hand, and I don't. I don't even know what I'm doing now. I could have sworn I had Dimension Fusion in my hand. I think maybe I thought my monster reincarnation was a Dimension Fusion, because they have, like, similar art. Alright, so now he can use Mirror Force. So I have to meta this for Ryu Senshi. And then if his back rows are nothing, he's dead. Alright, we got him. Thoughts I would rush recklessly as a card in GOAT? I feel like there might have been like 1 or 2 tournament topping decks that have played it, but most decks are gonna have better options. And yeah, people in chat already talked about how Glad Beast won Worlds. But we've been doing okay today. I mean, we're 2-1. Yeah, we're 2-1. Give me a second to take a short break. I don't feel like today's a day for Plant Frog. I feel like it's 11:23. You're probably gonna play like one or two more matches of GOAT format and then call it a day. I feel like we've like never gotten to activate the Raigeki break today, have we? We also never got to like side in swords. Yeah, it is what it is. We've also lost all of our RPS today. This is our fourth match and our fourth RPS loss. But it is what it is. I feel like in the previous days we've won a lot of RPS, so at some point the shoe's got to be on the other foot, right? A lot of our opponents have started off with Pot of Greed today, but it's fine. I don't mind Pot of Greed. Lots of Pot of Greeds, no delinquent duos, so I can't complain. Dust Shoot, perhaps? Yeah, hand's pretty good. This hand's like, I don't know, 6 out of 10. Yeah, okay, it is what it is. I mean, it can be a little tough to compete with, like, Pot of Greed, Set Faith, but we can do it. We can do it, especially if, you know, we get a couple of good draws here. Okay, that's fine. Sure, I'll just take 13. It's not the end of the world. Oh, we drew our own Pot of Greed. Can't complain. What do we do now? What do we do now? I'll just say go again, right? I'll just say go again. Like, okay, we can take 13 more damage, you know? One sec. Yeah, I didn't want to go too low here. Being at 39 means we can't activate Double Dimension Fusion. I don't like this. I feel like we're probably going to lose just because like my hand is really mid. Because obviously if your opponent opens a really strong hand, you have to have a really strong hand too to kind of match their power. I don't know. Our plan is hope to get lucky. He called 6. He called level 6. And he got it right. That is... Oh my god. I think I'm gonna lose this game. We are already off to a really shitty start. I'm actually going to attack the Sangan just because I want to deal more damage. No, I mean, he called 6 because he has 2 traps set. Like, it's no mystery why he called 6. And I could have summoned another monster there, but I didn't because I'm like, okay, if he's calling 6, that probably means he has Mirror Force set. You know, if the blowback flip heads, we would have killed the Mirror Force, then we could have played some more stuff. But yeah, that is like the one time where like blowback can be a downside, because we've talked about like the pros and cons of playing blowback. 26, 29. Yeah, I kind of have to do this, unfortunately. I don't know why he turned the Faith to attack, if I'm being totally honest. I just would have kept the Faith in defense. Yeah, my hand is just absolute ass. My opening hand was pretty decent, actually, but then every card I drew after that just did not help at all. I mean, I drew Pot of Greed, but then the Pot of Greed just drew me into nothing. And he's probably just gonna kill my guy, but I have to... Yeah, I have to try, right? I mean... Oh, thank you. Thank you for the 1,000 life points, kind sir. Oh, 2,000 life points. Let's go. Yeah, I would put that... This guy is being very risky here. Because what he should have done is if he had just not upstarted us, we'd be at 800 and then we can't Dimension Fusion. But instead, he's allowing us to Dimension Fusion, and he's putting all of his guys in attack mode, which means that if we just get very lucky somehow, we could somehow manage to scrape together a win. Alright, I mean, that sucks to be me. Yeah, that's very unfortunate. I mean, I can't really do anything now. In case you guys are wondering, I have 2 Dimension Fusions, one set and one in my hand. Yeah, I mean, if our opponent just, like, didn't activate these upstarts, we'd just be dead already. We're probably still gonna lose, because I literally have 0 cards. Both the cards I have are bricks. And, of course, now I have top deck Sork. Now that I can't use Dimension Fusion, of course, now we top deck Sork. Couldn't have, you know, top deck Sork last turn. Alright, yeah, we're just dead. Yeah, we just drew really, really bad. Yeah, I mean, our opponent took like he basically played all of his battle phases about as horribly as possible. Like, he would put stuff in defense when he shouldn't, he would put stuff in attack when he shouldn't. He would activate Upstart when he shouldn't, which is kind of related to life points and damage. He played like all of his turns very, very poorly. You can get every snack food in Cambodia. If anything, the opposite is true. I'll show them on stream sometime. I don't have them on me, but there's like a kind of candy called Blasto, and it's really good and it's really cheap. It's like a Twix, except it tastes a lot better than a Twix, and instead of like costing an actual amount of money, it costs like 10 cents. So Chris, the problem with that is that when you like hover over a card, it comes up, which means that if I did that when I've already thought of that. Just trust me, it doesn't work with Dueling Book's user interface. Oh man, he has card destruction. That sucks. I don't know. It's not that bad. I mean, my hand wasn't amazing. I mean, it was good, but it wasn't amazing. But he got to like discard a bunch of stuff. And if he has a Chaos Monster, he should actually just drop it and attack for damage. A lot of people will not know that they should do that, but it accomplishes a couple of things. One, he deals me 2,300 damage, which matters, and two, he builds up a banish pile so that if I activate Dimension Fusion, now I have to, like, attack over his stuff. So yeah, this is 100% the correct play for him here. It feels like a noob play, but it's actually a really good play. Oh, you want me to shrink the bottom? Yeah, you're right. I could shrink the bottom. I didn't think of that. I should have done this in the other order. I should have upstarted and then heavied. Because if I did it in that order, he'd be at 45 instead of 5,000. So that's actually like a misplay on my part. Yeah, this game could go either way. I mean, we're up a lot of cards. But yeah, if I were to shrink the bottom, you would be able to tell if I have like a spell or a monster in my hands. But yeah, I could consider doing that. I could shrink it like a couple of pixels. But I have 5 cards in hand right now. I'll just say go. I mean, eventually I've got to draw into something good, right? Oh, the Azura's so good. Azura is like low-key one of the more underrated cards in this matchup, like for our opponent. Uh... So if I defusion, my opponent gets back 3 guys, I get back 1. And then... I think what I can do is I can Monster Gate my BLS. Reincarnation for BLS, maybe. Oh. Man, this is tough. Yeah, you can get Twix, but it literally costs 10 times as much money. Why would I want to pay 10 times as much money for a worse version of the same product? Hold on. And then if we go... Sork... Yeah, I don't think this really works. I mean, we can go... Attack, attack, attack. Draw a card. I mean, that's not terrible, I guess. I'm just trying to think, is there any way that we can kind of like, I don't know, some way, something that I'm missing? I can go... BLS banish. Gate the BLS. But then the problem is if we just draw into a crane... Then, yeah, we can't really do anything. Yeah, I kind of feel like we got to do it this way. I mean, there's some stuff that we lose to. We can lose to, like, a snatch. Yeah, we just get fucking snatched. Oh, this is silly. I mean, if we had gated, what would we gate into? Because the problem is, I feel like, well, we would have gated into DMOC. I mean, maybe that'd given us the best odds, but the problem is we would have only had a 1 out of 5 chance of getting a DMOC. And it's like, obviously, if we gate into a DMOC, like, we just win, but, like, it's a question of, like, what gives me the best odds to win there. It's pretty tough. I mean, against, like, a lot of these Chaos players, they've just been drawing very well, and we've been drawing very poorly. You know, it's like my 5 out of 10 hand can beat their 7 out of 10 hand, but like my 2 out of 10 hand can't beat their 9 out of 10 hands. And I didn't think he was very likely to have Snatch there, because, like, obviously of the 4 cards in his hand, 2 of them we truenated, and I'd assumed those were, like, trapped, so I'm like, okay, there's only 2 cards left that could be a Snatch. This hand is not very good. This is like a 4 out of 10 hand, I would say. Yeah, probably like a 4 out of 10. My opponent is playing 45 cards. I guess we'll set another back row and say go. Alright, he's just gonna do nothing. I'm just gonna do nothing, and we'll keep playing this game for a while. Man, my hand just keeps getting worse. My hand just keeps getting worse. I'm probably gonna lose now just because I've got like a Monster Gate in my hand that I can't use, and then I've drawn all of the good Monster Gate targets. Oh boy. Oh boy. Alright, let's give this a shot. He called level 7. I think he's going to be a little disappointed. I could just change Torrential here, but no, I don't want to. Oh, well... Now we can get Blowback or another Crane. Oh, now things get interesting. Now things get interesting. Because I have drawn... Graceful Charity. Alright, well I guess I just lose now, because my opponent played Muko. Like, I just actually can't beat that card. Like, my opponent just went +2 with Muko. And I still have to discard 2 cards to this Graceful, I assume. I don't even understand how Muko with Graceful Charity works. Like, can I... Like, can I discard the cards that were supposed to be carded to Graceful? Like, I literally don't understand what the card does. Oh, wait. He can only... He can only chain it to cards that draw cards and do nothing else. So he just can't use Muko here. In fact, it even calls that out specifically. So these cards are all in my hands. I'll, yeah, I guess I'll just tribute this for Jinzo. And... Oh, no, I had Raigeki Break set. I should have activated Raigeki Break first. I'm being kind of a retard. And I have Upstart, but I'm just not going to activate it, just because I want to, try to, I don't know, do something. Do I have, like, Trunade? I do have Trunade. Yeah, we'll just go Trunade back to the hands. And I have Blowback still in my deck that I can get off of, Monster Gate. I think what I want to do is I want to go BLS Banish, Monster Gate the BLS, and then get back BLS with Monster Reincarnation. The Blowback could be the last card. Okay, it's not the last card. Penguin Soldier. Okay, and then now we'll just go Monster Reincarnation, discard Upstart, get back BLS, and then Special Summon BLS. And this is game even through Karibo. Anyways, it's good to know that Muko cannot be used on Graceful Charity. Oh. Do I even side against this? My opponent is playing Penguin, Soldier, and Muko. I don't know. We'll just go to game 2. This hand's good. Yeah, this hand is... Yeah, I'd give this like a 8 out of 10. Oh, he let me go first. For a second, I was confused there. But he let me go first. In that case, I think we'll just draw 6 and say go. Oh, and he just drew 6 and said go. Alright, let's give it a shot. Yeah, let's give it a shot. Yeah, he called 8. Yeah, makes sense. You could call 8, you could call 4. Either one is probably fine. I think I'll just attack with the Jinzo. I think that's fine. 24 is 24. Definitely put some pressure on him. He kind of has to do something about this Jinzo or he's not going to have a good time. I have Graceful in my hand, by the way, but you know, I'm just gonna save it. But yeah, I have Graceful Pre in my hand. So what I'm trying to do, I don't think this opponent's stream sniping, so I'll just show you my hand. What I'm trying to do is wait until I have like a good pre-target before I activate Graceful. Ideally. I mean, now we have Dimension Fusion, though. Dimension Fusion kind of changes things. So now we can go... We can meta Jinzo. We can go meta Jinzo, banish, defusion. I don't know. I guess I just probably don't need this heavy storm, let's be honest here. Uh, I'll just go for damage here, I guess. I'll give him 3 seconds. Maybe I should have just played Sork and saved the BLS. Oh, this gate is really good. This is a really good gate. Because it gets us another monster, and it makes our premature live. I guess should we go for value or go for damage? Let's see, if we kill a goat, if Blowback kills a goat, is he dead? I think he's dead if he kills a goat. Is he also dead if it doesn't kill a goat? No, I think we target a goat, yeah. Nope. Okay, let's tech. Yeah, so if we if we had killed the goat, it would have been lethal. I'll be honest, Ian, whatever. I would be happy to play with you, but I really don't want to play Reasoning Gate Mirrors. Because, like, I haven't played any Reasoning Gate Mirrors today, but, like, on stream in general, I've played so many Reasoning Gate Mirrors, and I'm just sick of it at this point. I'm just kind of sick of it. So, I don't know. Maybe if you ask me in, like, a week, I won't be sick of it anymore. Alright, our Ryu Senshi is dead. Oh, this is a good draw. Use Jutsunade. Alright, well, let's activate it. I mean, maybe we didn't even really need to use it, but we got back pre, so... I think he's just dead no matter what, right? Because even if we flip this wrong, we can just go BLS banish the monster. Okay. Yeah, he's just dead no matter what. Favorite mirror to play and go? I mean, this is kind of an answer that isn't surprising, but I'd probably say goat-controlled mirrors. I mean, that's kind of the answer everyone would give. I'm trying to think if there's, like, another mirror that I really like. What other mirror? I mean, warrior mirrors aren't bad. but they're not like highly enjoyable either, if that makes sense. Like they're not bad, but like they're not enjoyable. They're like kind of warrior mirrors are like kind of in the middle. Oh, chaos control mirrors are good too, actually. Any mirror that like involves a lot of goat meta back and forth is usually pretty good to play. So I mean, I kind of gave the same answer twice, but I would say goat control or chaos control. All right, I'm gonna play one Edison match, and then I'm gonna call it a stream. My wife got home. She actually got home a little earlier than I was expecting. But yeah, we'll play one Edison match, then I'll call it a day. Unless I don't know. Unless my opponent like scoops really early, then maybe we'll play two Edison. Yeah, I'll play you some other time. Solon, I saw you friended me. I'll add you. Where are friend requests? Oh, here they are. I don't know. I don't really feel like playing a recent gate mirror. Cause it mostly is just like, okay, who combos the other person first. Combo mirrors in general aren't that great in GOAT format. I guess like burn mirrors are okay. But anyways, I think I'm just gonna cite out one of these. If people have decided Glads are good, I think I want to put like a Prime Material Dragon in my side. Yeah, I don't think we need to side double Nobleman, but we'll see. I mean, my deck is so strong that I usually don't side a lot. Most of my side is just for, like, other combo decks, I guess. Yeah, it seems pretty decent. I might actually just get... I don't even know if I want Titanial. I might get Dandy. Sorry, I mean, I'm gonna get the, the other Lone Fire, obviously. But, like, it allows us to... Yeah, I think I'm actually just gonna get Dandy here. Because I want to discard this Treeborn. That's the main reason. If I didn't have Treeborn in this grave, it would be different. Alright, he is just sitting there doing nothing, so... This is actually like the one time where having Road Warrior in my extra is super clutch. Because Dandy triggers... And then we get to draw 2. Oh, and now we have another quick draw. Things are getting kind of crazy now. Sorry, I did not see Mr. Big Noodle's results, but that's cool. Oh, he just quit. We had such a really good start here. See, like, a lot of people, I think, on turn 1, they would just go, like, Loonfire for Titanial and attack, but I saw the line where we get to discard our Treeborn and go into Road Warrior and draw 2. So we'll play one more. You know, I said I was only going to play one, but then I said, oh, if my opponent quits on turn 1, we'll play another one. A little, Masked Sorcerer is kind of crazy. I mean, it's kind of crazy that Masked Sorcerer, like, won a GOAT format tournament. Oh, he finally won 1 RPS today. Oh, this is a good hand. Oh, this is a sick hand. This is a hand right here. This is a hand. And I tell you, man, this deck is so underrated. Do people not understand how good it is to go 1-for-1, discard Dandy, get a Substitoad? Are people just in the dark on this? Uh, where is it? Where's the other sub? There it is. And setups like this, by the way, are why, like, Deck Devi is not even a very good card against my deck. Like, I know that, like, people just think that's absolute blasphemy. But yeah, it's, like, low-key. Like, okay, Deck Devi me, go ahead. Like, you just hit nothing. And what's so great is, like, my deck is just, like, all gas now, right? Like, my deck is just absolute gas. I mean, I don't think frogs are tier 0, but they're definitely... And again, like, people just don't even play, like, the best engine. Like, people don't understand, like, how insane, like, all the plant stuff is with frogs. I mean, some people understand. Big Piece Golem. Not sure what the Big Piece Golem is about. Could someone explain, like, what's going on with this? I don't even know what we're getting back. I mean, you can get back Dandy, but I don't really want to. Dandy doesn't really, like, accomplish a whole lot. Um... I mean, I guess I can, like, get back Dandy and not discard it, maybe? That feels so bad. I don't know, I might just, like, get back Dandy and... Okay, he just quit again. This is very uncharacteristic for Edison format. It's very uncharacteristic. Do you know how many times I've played 2 Edison matches in a row and had both my opponents quit on turn 1? Probably never. Oh no, Glides don't suck. People are silly. People are being silly gooses. I'll just, yeah, we'll go, Foolish for Dandy. This hand is, like, not insane, but, like, it's good enough. Then we'll just swap, put Treeborn in the grave. Bounce swap back to our hand. Discard the swap. Special summon Quick Draw. Go Quick Draw into Drill Warrior. Activate Drill Warrior. Discard Dupe Frog. Banish our guy. And, yeah, say go. Not the actual nuts, but, like, pretty strong start, nonetheless. But yeah, I will say, it's like, speaking of Glads, if my opponent just summoned a Glad Beast monster here, I'd just get absolutely wrecked. Labyrinth tank? I'm sorry, what? Okay, well... That's a thing, I guess. I don't know, I guess we'll get back Dandy. I don't know, I mean, I don't really want to, like, run into a D prison. I think I'm just gonna be a pussy here. I'm just gonna be a pussy. Yeah, I mean, Hero Beat, like, I don't... Again, like, the thing that people have to realize about, like, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is, like, decks aren't bad because they're bad. Decks are bad because there's something else that does the same thing but better. And, like, Hero Beat, I would totally put in that category. Where it's like, everything Hero Beat does, there's another deck that does it but better. Okay, so now this card's name is Cannon Soldier. You can banish the Treeborn. That's not really the end of the world. I mean, we still got another Treeborn. That is a little annoying. It is a little annoying, but it's not the end of the world. Okay, that's fine too. I mean, you know, we can't really do like a dupe luck anymore. Uh, I'm just gonna random MST because I'm a bad player. Uh, well, can we run into a deep prison now? Uh, um, I don't know. I'm gonna wait another turn. I'm just gonna keep being a bitch here. Yeah, I guess Thunder King doesn't really stop much in Edison, does it? I mean, it stops like Black Whirlwind, but that's like kind of the only like real search that people play, unless there's something I'm forgetting. Doom Caliber Knight isn't very good in Edison either. Like, look at how bad Doom Cal is versus this deck. I can just bring back Treeborn, kill it for free. Oh, that's kind of funny. A good old classic matchup, Salvo versus Quick Draw. The real ones know what I'm talking about. Yeah, it does stop Rhoda, but no one really plays Rhoda that much. A Psychic monster to gain whatever. Does he have a Psychic monster? Just making sure. Yeah, he seems like to be playing like some sort of weird machine deck. Uh... oh, somehow I did the math wrong. For some reason, I was thinking I'd have two open zones and I could go Brain Valley. But apparently, yeah, I miscalculated here. All right, we'll just say go. Blackwing did well in original Edison. I think in YCS Edison, the decks that got the most tops were Synchrocat, Blackwings, and Glad Beast, right? Those were kind of like the three main decks that topped. I think they were either... How many Quick Draw decks topped at Edison? At least two. I remember at least two. I think it might have been three. Oh, that doesn't seem like a very productive solemn. So we can go Valley, draw two, leave three open zones. Yeah, we'll just do this. Oh, you got another dandy? Oh, we already normal summoned. No substitute this time. I mean, I guess we'll just... Oh, on a level 6 or higher synchro monster? Oh, that is a level 6 or higher synchro monster, is it not? Our opponent could have, like, Honest here. But if he has Honest, he has Honest. Well, I don't want to Dandy Lock myself. I don't know. You know what? I'll just say go. I'm feeling pretty safe. I'm at 7,200. Oh, is Nitro Warrior game? I didn't even think about that. What does Nitro Warrior do? If it destroys a face up. Well, let's see. It would have been 38 because we could have activated a spell during the next attack involving this card. Well, let's see. The Turbo Warrior was effectively 37, right? Because it reduced his guy's stats by 12. And Nitro Warrior would have been 38. So Nitro Warrior would have been only 100 more damage than Turbo Warrior. But I think it would have been better anyways, because I could have cleared one of my guys. What about Junk Archer, though? I don't know. You're right. I should have done the math. I don't think I necessarily had game. But you're right that there was definitely a better option than going Turbo Warrior. I should have gone for Nitro Warrior or Junk Archer. I just keep in mind, guys, it's been a while since I've summoned Synchro Monsters, so it can be tough. I don't even understand what our opponent's playing. Our opponent's playing like something that involves machines. And it seems like Prisma is there to put them in the grave. Why? I have no idea. Maybe it's like I don't know, like a Future Fusion, Overload Fusion type of thing. I don't know. We'll just not side and see how this goes. This is a pretty strong hand. Draw 6 and say go. And I kind of want to thin the deck. So I think we'll just special summon a DD Crow. 'Cause I don't really want DD Crow. And I think I'll just go like dupe. Dupe. And then... And then activate Avarice. Or, sorry. Alright, whatever. That's 3. That's 4. And that's 5. Alright, good draws. And then thin the deck again. Alright, that's fine. Yeah, it's fine. I mean, I knew there was a decent chance he had Gores, I just didn't care. If he really wants to Gores that badly, go ahead. He can't even attack right now. Yeah, it's fine, you know. And we had a very, very strong turn 1. I mean, our deck only has 24 cards left in it. Like, what's so great about this deck is, I don't know, maybe I've said this like 1,000 times, but it's just so great and, like, just never running out of resources. Because it's like, oh, I've used up all my Caiuses. Well, I can Avarice them back. Oh, like, my opponent outed my dupe lock. Well, I can just Avarice it back and make another dupe lock. Like, getting able to play triple Avarice is just so goddamn disgusting. And people just, like, underrate that a lot. Like, they underrate how good it is to be able to play, like, triple Avarice and basically have it be a better Pot of Greed. Okay, that's fine. I can live with that. So yeah, we're up a little on cards, up a little on life. We don't have a dupe lock per se, but we still have a dupe prog. Drawing double dandy is a little icky. I mean, we can go into, like, Stardust if we want to. So what's this set monster? Like a Raikou, maybe? What's the set back row? I mean, the back row could be just about anything, I guess. I don't know. I'll just summon Lila. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. You know, you got a bottomless. It is what it is. Alright, we went +1 by killing the cannon soldier. Is he just gonna Black Rose? That's the thing, like, Black Rose isn't even getting that much value here. Okay. Because, like, the dupe replaces itself, the Treeborn comes back, like, okay. Nice Black Rose. Our hand isn't super strong, if I'm being totally honest. So it's like, do we want to just summon swap and start poking? Or do we want to, like, set Dandy? Or do we want to set dupe? I don't know. We got 2 Dandies in our hand, so I feel like we should probably just set one. I mean, it doesn't take a genius to figure out that... It doesn't take a genius to figure out that Oppression is, like, one of the best cards in the entire format. Like, it is easily top 10. Now, we can debate where it is in the top 10, but it is definitely top 10. Well, I drew Lone Fire. Lone Fire is good. I don't know. I guess it was Lone Fire, get rid of the other Lone Fire. And just swing for 28. Yeah, I mean, Oppression is very good. Like, I tell you, like, whenever a deck becomes the most popular, at least in these retro formats, I don't know about advanced format, but when a deck becomes the most popular in these retro formats, it seems like the people who pilot that deck just get so overconfident and just think that, oh, this is the best deck. All I need to do is play cards for the mirror, right? Like, they just think that they just no longer have to try to beat any deck other than the mirror. And it's like, you're just setting yourself up for failure if you do that. I'm sorry. What do I do now? The Vortex was really good. Like, the Vortex low-key was super, super strong. I was not expecting a Vortex. You know what, I should have done that, like, in standby or something, but it is what it is. I'll just make sure he doesn't have Deity Crow. I think Titania would still be playable if it had, you know, a little less stats. Yeah. We could special summon swap and hit for an extra 1,000, but I don't think that's necessary. Alright, that's enough for today. That's enough for today. Yeah, haven't done great with the GOAT format matches. Edison format, though, we've been crushing. Look at my stats on Edison format on this account, 13 and 0. I don't know. I should be back tomorrow, guys. I know I took a bit of a break, but I should be back tomorrow, same time. Yeah, still, you know, might change like a couple of these side deck cards, but still going to be the same list.